Meanders grow laterally through sediment erosion and deposition. Erosion happens on the outside bend as water flows faster in the deeper sections, wearing away sediment, while deposition happens on the inside bend as water is slower in these shallower areas. Natural surfaces that a river may run over erode at different paces. Meanders allow the stream to adjust its length to suit the energy levels of the stream and balance out the levels of erosion and deposition. Passive and active rivers can contain a range of different sediment sizes depending on its discharge and slope. Sediment size is mostly small due to constant abrasion, erosion, and hydraulic action. As rocks and pebbles are transported downstream, they corrode the river bed and also begin to break down and round into smaller, fine-grained sediments. Rivers rarely flow in a straight line. Almost all rivers on Earth show signs of meandering. Pools and riffles are the deep and shallow water areas where energy and discharge vary. Energy is dissipated across the riffle areas as higher proportions of energy are needed to overcome friction. The water velocity decreases and sediment is deposited. The opposite happens in the pools. Turbulent flow consists of a series of erratic vertical and horizontal eddies in the downstream direction. Regular spacing of pools and riffles results in helicoidal flow. This corkscrew movement contains a series of converging and diverging lateral rotations, moving sediment from the outside of one meander bend and depositing most of it on the inside of the next bend. Meandering rivers have an asymmetrical cross-section due to erosion on the outside bend, where discharge and velocity are the greatest and friction is at its minimum, and deposition on the inside, where discharge and velocity are at its maximum and friction is at its greatest. The meandering of rivers results in various landforms. Active meandering rivers create their own morphology with well-developed riffle-pool sequences, with pools at bends and riffles at crossings. Passive meandering rivers are not fully self-adjusting. They are most commonly found in fine-grained alluvial rivers where there is little active erosion and less coarser-grained sediment, which limits the development of point bars. Point bars are the accumulation of alluvium deposited on the inside band of a meander curve. Scroll bars result from lateral migration of a meander loop that creates an asymmetric ridge and swale on the inside band. Oxbow lakes are created when meanders intersect each other and become cut off from the active stream. Ridges are chains of mountains or hills that create a continuous elevated crest, while swales are a low tract of land that is moist or marshy. Avulsion is when a river changes its course due to its downstream reach, backfilling with sediment, causing the upstream reach to seek a new course. The Yellow River in China experiences large and small-scale avulsions, which can cause the river to drain into different seas. Rivers love to meander. As geomorphologists, our job is to understand why meandering rivers change their patterns and try to predict likely future states, in order to protect the river itself and the population around.
Created using Powtoon.